When it comes to locating the best fishing spots for tarpon, there are a few key points to keep in mind. First and foremost, research the area before you go out on the water. Look for areas with structure and baitfish, as these are prime feeding grounds for tarpon. Lastly, pay attention to tides and currents, as they can greatly affect where tarpon will be located at any given time. By keeping these tips in mind, you'll increase your chances of finding the best fishing spots for targeting this elusive game fish. Explore the waters and nearby fishing spots to gain a better understanding of the area before you set out on your kayak or small boat, so that you can increase your chances of catching tarpon. Conducting an area research is essential to know what kind of baitfish and structure are present in the water. This information will help you determine where the tarpon might be feeding and what type of lure or bait to use. To get started with your research, consult local knowledge resources such as fishing guides, internet forums, and maps. These sources can provide valuable insights into the behavior of tarpon in the area, including their preferred habitats and feeding patterns. Additionally, observe the water conditions such as tide movements and current flows, which play a significant role in how fish move around. Armed with this information, you will be better prepared to locate potential hotspots for tarpon fishing. Finding the perfect location for your next catch can be exciting, and one way to increase your chances is by searching for areas with structures and baitfish present. When looking for structure types, keep an eye out for docks, bridges, mangroves, and other underwater formations that could attract tarpon. These areas provide shelter and a hunting ground for baitfish species such as mullet, sardines, and threadfin herring. In addition to structures, it's important to locate schools of baitfish. Tarpon feed on these smaller fish and will often hang around areas where they're plentiful. Look for signs of activity such as jumping or splashing water or birds diving into the water to feed on baitfish. By targeting these hotspots with live bait or lures that mimic their movements, you're more likely to hook into a tarpon. Understanding tides is crucial, since tarpons move with the water flow, feeding during incoming tides and resting on outgoing ones. Reading currents requires familiarity with factors that influence their speed and direction, such as wind, tide changes, depth variations, and bottom contour. By analyzing these variables, you can identify areas where tarpons are likely to congregate and position your kayak or boat accordingly. Adapting to changing conditions is essential when fishing for tarpon in open waters. Tides can vary significantly from one day to another, or even from morning to afternoon. Currents may shift suddenly due to weather patterns or underwater obstacles. Planning ahead involves studying the tidal cycle in advance and choosing a location that offers different options depending on the time of day or weather conditions. For instance, if you know that there will be a strong outgoing current in the early morning but a weaker incoming one later in the day, you can start by targeting channels or passes where tarpons may be moving towards deeper waters, but then switch to flats or mangrove shorelines once the tide starts rising again. Learning how to adjust your fishing strategy according to tides and currents is a fundamental skill for any angler pursuing this elusive game fish. Tarpon are strong and fast, so you'll need heavy-duty gear that can withstand their power. A sturdy rod, reel, and line, along with a sharp hook, are essential for success. Learn how to cast properly. Proper casting technique is crucial when fishing for tarpon from a kayak or small boat. You'll need to be able to cast accurately and quickly in order to get your bait in front of the fish before they swim away. Living baitfish such as mullet or crabs are the best option when targeting tarpon. Make sure your bait is fresh and lively, as this will increase your chances of attracting a bite. Tarpon can be elusive creatures that require patience and persistence to catch. Don't give up if you don't get a bite right away. Keep trying different techniques until you find what works best. Now that you've learned the right techniques for tarpon fishing from a kayak or small boat, it's essential to prioritize your safety on the water. Water safety should always be at the forefront of your mind, and there are several precautions you can take to ensure your well-being while out fishing. First and foremost, always wear a life jacket. Even if you're an experienced swimmer, unexpected accidents can happen. A life jacket will keep you afloat in case of an emergency. Secondly, make sure to bring along all necessary safety gear such as flares, a whistle, and a first aid kit. It's also crucial to have knowledge of emergency procedures such as how to call for help and administer CPR. In addition to bringing along safety gear and knowing proper emergency procedures, it's essential to be aware of weather conditions before heading out on the water. Storms can quickly roll in, so check forecasts beforehand and avoid going out if potentially dangerous weather is expected. Lastly, always let someone know where you'll be fishing and what time they should expect you back. When you hook a tarpon, imagine the rush of adrenaline as you feel the weight of this majestic fish on your line. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement and forget about the importance of conservation efforts. However, practicing catch and release is vital to ensure that future generations can enjoy tarpon fishing as well. We would like to thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel and have a look at our in-depth blog on fishing for tarpon. It has every topic about these magnificent creatures. Goodbye for now, see you in the next video in our Fishing for Tarpon series.